Green lipsticks, one for
Yes.
your first wife.
My first
I
wife?
mean, I mean.
Do you know something I don't?
Oh, for the first
One for
lady.
the first. I'm going to ask Michelle to try it on maybe tonight.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry, what? Did she just say that to the Commander-in-Chief of the United States? Yeah, she did. The outspoken YouTube star, known as GloZell Green, had so much more to say, and needless to say, things got a little weird. Hey everyone, I'm Dan Kleffler in New York. GloZell, by most accounts, the most followed African-American woman on YouTube, the president, and a new attempt to win over the YouTube generation, and it all came together, and she's joining us now to talk about this interview. GloZell, there's a lot buzzing this morning about that big interview with the president. I mean, you've got to be riding pretty high right now.
Well, I am. However, I did mess up big time right at the end, though. But
had you been practicing that? I mean, did you kind of like rehearse the line that you were going to say as opposed to saying first lady? It was first wife?
oh, I hadn't practiced. I just know that I was going to give him the lipstick, and I know it wasn't for him. So I guess I should have practiced. I'm like, that was supposed to be the easy part. I had the hard questions. I was like, whoo, I'm done. Just give him the lipstick and go. But no.
But listen, but you were a very gracious guest, clearly, because you indicated, in fact, that your mother told you never come to someone's house without giving them a gift. And
right.
So that was very thoughtful, very generous. Have you heard anything then? Did the first wife, the first lady, did she try it on? Any response?
I would love to see her in the first lady. I have to say it like that. The first lady in green lipstick, that'd be amazing. Then I know that, we cool. Right now I'm like, oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. This flout is mad at me.
I don't think you want to get on the bad side.
No,
of the first
no.
lady. All right, so here's the thing. So you've done a ton of pranks on YouTube. The whole cinnamon challenge, right?
That wasn't a prank. I almost died. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, this is true. This was not a prank, and we do not recommend.
It came out my nose. That was not a joke.
I just want you to put the blanket disclaimer out there. You are not recommending people try this because clearly.
Never. I won't ever do it again. No.
Yeah. But now you've also done the ice bucket challenge. That was and that you were a good sport about that. That was fun.
I was thinking no one was gonna see that because so many people had done it, and then Oprah retweeted it. I was like, okay, so everybody know my hair fake. So there you go.
Which I think you look great either way. I mean, but regardless, you're doing these things. Are you thinking then in the back of your mind, yeah, because you've got like 3 million followers, that eventually it's gonna lead you to the White House?
Never in a million years. I was like, maybe the White House don't watch my videos. And I kept thinking, like, they're going to say no, they're going to say no, they're going to say no. I'm stealing napkins out the bathroom, so I'm at the White House. So I'm like, maybe they don't watch. I don't know.
Okay, wait. Stealing napkins? Hang on, actually, because we do have some proof of this.
Oh, yeah, I took them.
I'm in the White House bathroom, y'all. Look what I'm taking. All these napkins for the bathroom. It has the White House seal on it, okay, y'all? Don't y'all tell. It's nice in here, y'all. It's free. I'm in the White House bathroom, y'all.
GloZell, what do you plan?
Like
What do you plan on doing with those 50 napkins?
Well, I can frame one, and then maybe somebody want to buy them. I don't know, but they were there.
They were there.
I had to take something.
Okay. Your own little souvenir collection. Well, all right, okay, that's fine. But listen, after you did that though, when you sat down with the president though, you actually had some pretty substantive questions that you were asking the president. Where did you get all of these questions from?
These questions came directly from my fans. And then, of course, the African-American question, that was definitely from myself and my family, my community. So that's where it came from. All of them really came from my community, just different aspects.
Well, I want to just ask you about this because I know that oftentimes, the president, he's a very well-spoken man. It can sometimes be that you can ask him a question and you might not necessarily get the response that you want. Were you happy with the answers? I mean, was he pretty direct and pretty forthcoming?
Was he pretty direct? Some of the questions, the answers, he wasn't allowed to go too much into them because of time and I guess security reasons, but he did answer them very eloquently. He did not get the questions beforehand, so there you go.
Well, one of the questions that you asked, because you went into sort of diplomatic waters, so to speak, was about Cuba. This is what you asked.
Okay.
Okay.
I grew up in Florida.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of friends, close friends, who are Cuban Americans.
Right.
And I've heard the stories of their families escaping.
Right.
And some of them didn't even make it to come
Right.
to the United States for a better life, to
Right.
get away from the Castros.
Right.
Okay. I mean, the guy puts in dictatorship. So I'm trying to understand
Yeah.
how do you justify dealing with
Yeah.
the Castros?
Well, here's what's happened. We've had the same policy since I was born, which was we were going to have an embargo, we were going to cut off all contact, all communication, and nothing changed. And, you know, I've said this before, when you do something over and over again for 50 years and it doesn't work, it's time to try something new.
GloZell,
Yes.
I love you. 3 million
Oh,
of your
thank you.
3 million of your followers love you. Walk me through the thought process when you think it's okay to drop a 4-letter word that starts with a D and ends with a K in front of the leader of the free world.
Hey. He's so real and down to earth. I'm just talking to him like, hey, you know, what's up? Kind of a thing. So maybe, you know, I was too casual, so to speak, but hey, that's how I felt, and that's what I said.
Did
I'm
you
not
get
a
pulled
reporter.
aside? Did you get
Excuse
pulled
me?
aside from that?
No, but you know, I did. You know, it was time to go, right? So
You knew you
take
should
your
wrap
napkins
up.
and leave, honey. It's okay. No, they were nice.
All right, GloZell. I mean, listen, difficult to top this one, but who's next on your interview list? Because, I mean, once you get the president, yeah, exactly.
Right?
There's challenges
Okay.
out there.
I'm open for suggestions, you know. But, you know, I wouldn't mind, you know, Prince and, you know, Princess Kate. You know, I can go that route. Go. That's fine by me. I just keep it on that level, you know.
Well, shoot for the stars, absolutely. I mean,
Why
listen,
not?
I think, quite frankly, I think you might have surpassed Barbara Walters this year. I don't know.
You trying to get me in trouble.
I'm
you
not
trying to
trying
get
to
me
get-
I love you, Barbara Wawa.
GloZell Green, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right, you can keep up with this story in real time downloading the ABC News app, starring the story for exclusive updates on the go. For now, I'm Dan Kleffler in New York.